Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Last time we left off doing the stages of the guard. We did stages 1 through 5. Now, let me explain something. The stages of the guard is the beginning phase of the guard in the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu system, where you, the beginner, are learning how to deal with an unskilled opponent. In a fight, like I said earlier in those last videos, when you close a distance and you take the fight to the ground, chances are the bad guy, if you're on top, he might turn you over and he's gonna force you to fight from your back. Now, not to take anything away from my friends that compete jiu-jitsu in sport, but if your mentality is a sport jiu-jitsu, once the bad guy starts throwing punches, then it changes everything. So if you guys are learn to do arm locks and triangles and sweeps and stuff, that's great. I like to do them too when I keep it playful with my students and other friends in jiu-jitsu. But in a street fight, you gotta be aware that the bad guy will throw punches. The bad guy, remember, he's unskilled. He doesn't know about points. He doesn't know about, time limits, and he doesn't know about medals and stuff. And really they don't care. All they want is to create the space to want to punch you. It's a fight. It's a street fight. So that was the whole basis of me teaching that guard series, which is in the Gracie Combatives, stages 1 through 5. Now, I have some of my friends, some of my students asking about, if I could teach like an intermediate advanced guard. So I'm going to teach you guys today a closed guard series. There's a couple of closed guard series that I use when I spar, when I roll, or if I were to compete. But this one, it's one of my favorites because you can use it for both gi and no gi. And now that we have, now that you guys have been drilling the stage of the guard, against an unskilled opponent, now it's time to add a little bit of spice, a little bit of flavor to your guard game, so that when you play around or spar with your people at home, you guys have a little, offensive strategy now. Okay. Now, I'm gonna recap real quick. The stages of the guard. I'm not gonna get too much into the details, but I'm gonna just explain a little bit of what we did, and so forth, in case you guys missed some of the stuff. All right. This is a quick recap of stages 1 through 5. All right. So we started from a closed guard, and of course we want to close the distance. We don't want the bad guy to be far away from us. Okay. So we want to be in stage 1 of the guard, high guard, controlling the neck and arm. Then we discuss when the bad guy wants to swim through and you swim back, he goes the other way, neck first, and then you swim back. Then we discuss if he wants to punch you in the head and we block, he goes the other way, neck first, and then we block. And we continue to maintain this stage 1 of the guard. Now from here, once it's established that the bad guy cannot punch you in the face or swim through, create space, then what? He starts punching you in the body. We went to stage 2. Boom. Now, quick little rundown on this part. Make sure that you don't block with your thumbs, and make sure you have what we call monkey grip behind his arms. Drive your shin into his biceps and pull the arms, making him stuck here. And then we discuss once the bad guy gets tired, we bring him back to stage 1. He goes to stage 3, so he punches. 1, 2, he starts driving his way into you. Our hips come up, you notice, knees together, we block our face. He gets tired, we bring him back to stage 1. Then we discuss if he goes to his feet, boom. We discuss the make or break it details here, where the toes need to be pointing out, not in, and then our knees have to be slightly bent, not straight. He wants to hit, we're here. He gets tired, we talked about this one right here too. Leg press, bring him in to stage 1. Then we discuss stage 5, he goes to stage 4. Boom, he disengages. We discuss this. He goes the other way. We switch. He comes back. Boom. Then we discuss rollover prevention. He grabs his leg, throws it over. We come back. We come back to stage 4. So we discussed stage 1 through 5. Now we're going to talk about once, say you do go with somebody that knows some grappling, or you're sparring with your buddies, and you want to start playing your close guard. Close guard, the reason I like close guard, and I do play other guard games. I play with Spider Guard, and we're going to discuss all these other guard games in future lessons. X guard, deep half guard, and so forth. But the reason I like to start from close guard is because I always want to treat every session, whether I'm keeping it playful with somebody, sparring hard, light, whatever, I want to always resemble that I'm in a fight, even though we're not striking each other. But I want to develop my close guard game in case I do ever have to defend myself. But I also like to play other guard games, especially the ones where nobody's punching me. But this is my go-to guard if I get attacked today. Okay? But I'm going to show you guys some little tricks here about when somebody does a certain thing, we capitalize. Okay? First, let's discuss 2 of the most common things somebody that's going to be inside a close guard is going to do. Okay? So Alejandro here, he's going to help me out. He's going to be in his guard. Now, once we're here in a close guard, it doesn't matter how you break his posture, and we are going to discuss, I'm going to teach you guys in future lessons how to break his posture, how to break his hands from your body, and so forth. We are going to discuss that, but for now, say you already know it, and if you don't, it's okay. You do manage to split his hands or whatever, put him to the side, and you break his posture, you bring him down, and you control his neck and arm, okay? Once you control his neck and the arm, and you close his distance in stage 1 of the guard, because you can also use stage 1 of the guard if you're sparring with your buddies. Now, to form, you guys know how to control the neck and the arm. It's super important. But the partner, or your sparring partner, is going to do 2 things from here. He's either going to push off the ground, like this, to create space if you want to start breaking your guard and so forth to pass. Or he's going to go to your chest, your body, to create space to initiate that, to break guard, pass guard, whatever. Okay? So we're going to discuss 1. We're going to discuss 1 of the things that he would do or she would do. And in future lessons, I'm going to discuss when they put the hands on the ground. Today's lesson is going to be when the hands go to the chest. Okay? So check it out. Alejandro's here in my guard. And say you ended up in your guard, doesn't matter how. You shrimp escape, you did high-low guard, whatever. You did some amazing strategy to end up here. Okay? And again, I'm talking about somebody that already knows grappling. Beginners, this is good for you because eventually you're going to get here and you're going to know how to get here. Okay? In future lessons, I'll show you how to recover the guard when you're in a back position. But say today, you're grappling with your buddies, you're grappling with your son, your daughter, or your cousin, whatever, they're at home, and you end up here in your guard. Now, once you control the neck and arm, like I said, I like this move because it's good for both gi and no gi. Later on, I'll show you stuff with the gi, but for today, we're starting intermediate and we're going to work our way to advanced. But check it out. The person starts creating space by bringing the hands to my chest, like that. You see that? He swims through and he wants to create space. Once he does this, I'm going to quickly go for his wrist. You see that? Now, 2 things from here. He's either going to go high, or he's going to go low, or he's going to feel a threat here, and he's going to want to go low because he feels a threat. So I'm going to discuss those areas, those reactions, okay? Now, I do grab his wrist, and his hand is a little high right here. Look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you what I did. As his hand comes through and I go for his wrist, his hand is a little high on my chest. That is a perfect time to go for a straight arm lock, okay? So as I grab his wrist right here, I glue it to my body. Because as soon as this leg goes to the hip right here, I'm gonna start turning and look at his arms already extending because it's glued to me. So his arms already extending, and now this leg, you guys already know it. Like if you guys already know the arm lock, you know how important this leg is. Goes high to the armpit. And if you don't, that's cool because I will teach an arm lock, a basic arm lock from the guard for you beginners like that. Okay? So I'm still controlling the neck, and the foot is here in the hip, but this foot actually is helping this knee pinch right here behind his shoulder so that he can't pull his arm out. You see that? He's stuck right there. So this knee plays a little role right here in controlling his arm from coming out. So if I don't pinch my knee in there, he's gonna have a little gap in there where his elbow can go in there and he'll sabotage. Even though I can go for the next move, he's gonna be aware of it and he might react real good. I won't be able to finish him. So as a hand comes through and I trap his wrist, I glue it to my body. So this foot goes to the hip, and as I turn to set up my arm lock, his arm extends and it comes to me. See that? It gets real straight. This knee pinches behind his shoulders. He can't escape. Now look at the hand-off switch off right here. Look. This hand comes to the arm, right behind his tricep, and I trap it. Right here. And I pull it towards me. Now he's real trapped. This hand creates chops right here in the neck and creates space so that I can throw this leg over. Boom. And now look, 1, 2, and we're ready to finish the arm. Okay? So one more time, check it out. As his hand comes through, I grab the wrist. And he's high on my chest, so that's a perfect time to go for the arm lock. Foot goes to the hip, I turn. And like I said, glue this to your body so that the arm becomes nice and straight. This hand comes over and wraps around his tricep, and I pull. And as I'm pulling, I'm pinching that knee behind the shoulder, and now this hand that's free creates that little space. I chop, create the space, throw the leg over. Boom. Now I finished with standard arm lock. Okay? Now, something's gonna happen here when you guys are setting up your arm lock. Once this person feels that you're gonna go for the arm lock, say, as you're going for the arm lock, right? Say you go for it, and he starts bringing that elbow in, okay? He's fighting for it, okay? Now, this hand right here is very important because as you shot him, you create that space, you bring that head to the side. This leg needs to be super quick and pinch these together, and then everything's gonna fall into place, right? Okay? Now, make sure that when you guys are doing this move, do it slow. Don't get too rushed in doing it. That way you get the feel for it. The person playing this part right here, where Honda's at, make sure you guys swim your hands through so your partner can grab the wrist. Okay? Now, what if when you grab the wrist, your partner or your sparring partner feels the threat? He knows what's coming. And he starts bringing this hand low like this. You see that? Now, as soon as that happens, I'm gonna punch it. And look at this. I open my legs, bring my knees to me, and then lock it. And we got what? We got the triangle. Boom. And we choke. If you don't know the triangle, I am going to teach a lesson also in a triangle. I'm going to give a triangle lesson for you beginners and white belts. And that way you guys can connect that with this move. Okay? So now let's do it again. Hand comes through, grab the wrist. We already know that if the hand is up, what? Boom. Standard arm lock. we go for it. If, as soon as you grab his wrist, his hand comes down, see that? Because he feels the threat, you punch it. Look, I'm just going to drive my hand through, open my legs, bring my knees to me. See that? And then punch it. Most common mistake here when you guys punch this triangle is that you want to drag the arm out like this. You just want to punch, and then look, my legs are coming around, but his elbow's still in the way, and he can block my legs. See that? He's using his elbow right now, and now he's got that space right there, and now he can start working his way back into my guard. Boom. See that? So, when you guys punch this triangle, bring your knees towards you. That way, see, as soon as I punch, my knees come toward me, and then boom, I can shoot my hips over it. Now my legs over his hand, over his shoulder, and now look, I can bring the arm across, and everything stands, boom, boom, lock it up, triangle time. So, one more time. Close guard, hand comes through, grab the wrist. If the hand, like I said, is high up on your chest, you can go for the arm lock. All you do is what? Foot to the hip, turn, arm extends, hand comes over, grabs, traps, chop, boom, finish it. If the hand is too low, punch it through, boom, finish it. You guys know what's up. Let's try it again. Now we're going to switch roles. Check it out. Alejandro's in there. Once you're here, he gets a close guard. The hand comes through. He grabs my wrist. You see that? So now I'm going to push that foot on my hip and turns, bringing this leg high on my armpit. Now he chops. This hand comes and traps the arm. This hand chops my face away, throws the leg over, boom. And now he's got the arm lock. Okay? But if the hand comes through, he grabs my wrist, and the hand kind of comes down, he's gonna punch it through, throw the legs over, boom. Throw the leg over, and starts working this triangle. Okay? So, remember, close guard. You can use it in a self-defense scenario against punches. And you can also use it when you're sparring with your buddies and the guy comes through, grab the wrist, you can go for an arm lock, you can go for a triangle. I'm going to be teaching other stuff in close guard. I'm going to be teaching double attacks, triple triple threat from the close guard with chokes, going to arm locks, triangles. I'm going to work in some sweeps and so forth. And then I'm going to go back to white belt fundamentals arm locks as well. I'm going to be teaching the basic arm lock and the basic triangle, and I'm going to teach a very basic elevator sweep as well. So, like I said, let me do a little quick recap on this move. Close guard. Check it out. We're in stage one. We're controlling the neck and arm. His hand comes through, grab the wrist. Foot to the hip, turn. And as you turn, you bring his leg high under the armpit. Standard procedure for arm lock. Now look at the switch off right here. Hand comes over and traps the arm right here behind the tricep. And I glue it to me. Make sure you're pinching that knee behind that shoulder so he can't get away. Now this hand chops to turn the face to create a landing strip right here. Leg comes over, deep. You guys know the basic arm lock, so I don't need to break it down. Then this hand quickly comes to the wrist, boom. And now we start going for the arm lock. Okay? Then we discuss if the guy or your partner, his hand starts coming down, it's too low, we punch it, throw the leg over, bring the knees and shot, boom, right there. You got that shot right over the shoulder, bring the arm across, standard procedure for triangle, you guys know what's up. Lock it, submit. Okay. So, like I said, in other lessons I'm going to discuss when the person wants to push off the ground. And we're going to attack shoulders and so forth. But for right now, the person wants to go inside. Grab the wrist. Now, from here, you don't have to necessarily look for the arm lock right away because you got to pay attention where this hand is at. If the guy swings through and you go for the wrist, what if he's too low already? See, I wouldn't want to go for the arm lock because his elbow's in the way, and if I start going for it, I'm already opening the guard for him, and he can get away. Exactly. Start passing already because his elbow's in the way. He's gonna kind of like not allow me to get that arm lock. But if his arm is high enough or his hand is high enough to my chest, his arm is pretty much extended, so I can start going already for the arm lock. Boom. But if his hand's already low, he does swing through, and his hand's already low, you can just go direct shot to the triangle. Boom. And that's it. Bring the arm across, you guys know what's up. So, pay attention to this hand. You're in stage one of the guard, you're sparring with your buddy, you bring the hand through, pay attention, boom, grab your wrist. He's too low, you know, triangle. If he's high, boom, go for the arm lock. And you're good to go. Okay? So, I hope you guys like this little technique from close guard. If you guys have any questions, you can inbox me and I can break it down even further for you. But right now, look at this move, drill it with your partner at home. For you guys, you parents, you dads that are out there, you know, you guys don't have anything to do, you already worked out, you already watched movies, and you're like, hey, what do I do next? You don't got any mats? You can do it like me, old school. Back in the day, we'd make mats of our own, we'd put blankets on the floor, and we'll practice jiu-jitsu. So, you can put some blankets, and then get your son, watch this video, watch the other ones too, because that one also connects to this. And then work the techniques, you know, drill it, and then eventually you'll get it. Now, if you've never done an arm lock before, it's okay, because the next lesson, I am gonna do an arm lock for you beginners. It's gonna be a fundamental approach to the arm lock from the stage one of the guard. So don't worry about it. We're gonna keep learning as we go. And I hope you guys are safe and healthy. Before you know it, all of this is gonna pass and we'll be back on the mats, training and so forth, okay? You guys stay safe, stay positive, wash your hands, and make sure you guys are wearing your masks. I'll see you guys.